What's up, family? It's your favorite storyteller and author, Matt D. Talford. Matty's Rap. Y'all know how we do it with another drive time short video. All right. I didn't say I was going to try to make this one short. I called this one short. So listen, I just want to share this message that will hopefully encourage somebody. Okay. Learn to embrace the hardships and challenges in your life. With every hardship, there is truly a gem inside of it. There's a lesson. There's a lesson that will fuel us and empower us forward for the rest of our lives. You got to embrace it. Embrace the hardships. Let me share this story with you guys really quick, and I'll jump off of here. So, I bowl in a league on Thursdays. I've been doing this for a while now, a long time, probably 8 years maybe, I'm not sure. But great group of people, retirees. I retired from corporate America in 2013 and just found something else to do. And so that is one of the things I do on Thursdays that I enjoy, relax, whatever. But anyway, when you're in a bowling league, you typically have your own ball. And I'm not a professional bowler, but I do enjoy doing it enough to do it competitively. So, you got your own ball, your ball bag, your shoes, whatever, towels, whatever. Well, today I was rushing out of the house and completely forgot to put my ball in the trunk. Now, well, my balls, I got two of them. Don't take that south, somebody. Don't take that south, all right? I have two bowling balls, okay? Anyway, so I left my balls and my shoes at home. And when I got to the bowling alley, which is probably roughly maybe 10 minutes away from my house, I realized I had left my ball. So I'm like, dang it, man. Well, you know what? They can just use my average for the first game. I'll go back home, get my stuff, and come back, and I'll bowl games 2 and 3. And the Spirit spoke to me and said, you got a ball in your trunk already. Just use that ball and rent some shoes. So I was like, all right, I'll rent some shoes. And then I was like, nah, man, I want my stuff. So I left the bowling alley parking lot and started going. And the Spirit said, there's an opportunity here for you. Go back and use the ball you got in your trunk and rent some shoes. So I was like, all right, Lord. Turn around, went back to the bowling alley, got the ball out that I rarely ever use. I mean, I typically used to use it for a spare ball. For those of you who know bowling, your spare ball typically doesn't have as much spin or break in it as your main ball does. You use it if you want to, kind of shoot straight at the pins. And I was like, all right, well, you know what? I know this ball. It's going to be better than the house ball anyway. So let me roll with it. I think I can do well. Long story short, I had one of the worst series since I've been bowling league. I think the first game was a 105. The second game was a 120. And the third game was a 111. And I'm like, geez, I'm so much better than that. So I'm struggling. The first game, I bowled 5 splits. There are 10 frames. 5 of those 10 frames were splits. When you bowl a split, you can pretty much, unless you're an expert, you can pretty much count on that split being an open frame, meaning you didn't get a strike or a spare. So one of the worst games ever, and I'm sitting there struggling. And, I bowled by myself today because my one of my teammates, he pre-bowled. He pre-bowled when you're going to be out of town. So he pre-bowled, and he had bowled pretty poorly too. So he had a low score too. So, I didn't put any pressure on myself to try to step it up and bowl better because he had some low games. I just said, you know what, I'm going to get out here and bowl my game. And it was not pretty at all. But one of the other ladies that bowls on one of the other teams, she saw me struggling. She saw my long face, and she was just like, she came over and just tried to encourage me. And I said, thanks, and I said, I don't have my stuff today. This is like house shoes, and those shoes don't have the grip that my normal shoes have. So I felt like I couldn't get my footing. I was slipping around, and then I didn't have my towel, and my spare ball was picking up a lot of oil. So the little bit of break I had in the beginning, it wasn't breaking at all after that. And I was just shooting all across the lanes, trying to find myself, and just was bowling worse and worse. But the difference was today I kept a positive attitude about it. I was like, okay, God didn't tell me to come back here and bowl just to bowl terribly and feel bad about it. There's a lesson in it. So let me learn to embrace this. What are the positive takeaways? Somebody's at a job that they hate right now, and I'm out here bowling. That's a win right there. Number 2 is early in the season, And I'm like, okay, you know, and we weren't bowling against a team. We got an odd number of teams in our league this year. So today's match was against, you know, the ghost, the phantom bowler. I mean, you're just bowling against yourself, really. You're bowling to beat a low score, a minimum score, which we didn't do because neither I nor my partner bowled well. But anyway, you know, I tried to find a positive in it. And at the end, right after I finished my last game, that same lady came up to me and she said, you know what, Matt? She said, you're probably a heck of a lot smarter than the rest of us in here. She said, we're in here bowling our rear ends off to, you know, get these high scores. And she said, here you are struggling, and we're all bowling to establish an average. You know, you get your average for, you know, the X number of weeks in your first 3 matches. She said, your low performance today is going to bring your average down. And she said, I know you're a better bowler than that. So she said, when you come back up, she said, when you get your stuff back, she said, and your average is set, you're going to have a high handicap, and that's going to make you tough to beat for anybody that you bowl against. So she said, hold your head up. She said, you're actually winning by bowling so bad today. And I was like, wow. So that, you know, the moral of that story is find the gift in every hardship. Find the gift. If you look closely enough, there's a gift in there. Don't be discouraged. Understand that everything that is happening to you is happening for you to learn something. What's the lesson? That's the question. The question is, what is the lesson learned here? And when you can approach hardship from the value standpoint and see the value in the hardship, you're winning. You're winning. Even when it looks like you're losing, you're winning. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I hope that message helps somebody. If you're going through something that seems like it's difficult, understand it's there to build some sense of character in you for some reason. God has a reason for everything that comes in your life. And if you can hold your head up in the face of hardship, you're going to come away from it so much better than you went into it. So take that message. I hope it helps. You guys, if you're new to the channel and you like this type of content, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all my returning subscribers. You guys. Wow, I love you guys so much. You guys are the fuel that keeps me going with this. The more subscribers I see, the more I know that people are hearing the message and it's doing something for them. It does something for me. I say it for me. I say it all the time, guys. These messages don't come from me. They come through me. And I go back and play them and learn from them too. And take notes from them. So get it while it's hot, guys. It's like the hot and now sign it. And I'm not promoting any place that sells processed food. But there was a time when I saw that sign and I was like, ooh, they're hot now. Let me go get them. So get the food while it's hot. I'll just leave it at that. And you guys have a blessed one. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. You have to show it. Love is an action word. And for it to operate in its fullest, you have to put it in action. Peace.